In 20 minutes, I'll be meeting with my production team and we'll be going over part 2 for this commercial. 3 years, we're gonna look back at this project and think of how sweet that time was. You like my wardrobe option?
There's this one quote from, I think, Henry Ford: whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
You're gonna like mess up?
What is it?
I think it was like the first thing that I ever learned going to film school was like, you really have to believe in yourself.
Hi, what's up? Welcome to my ASMR channel. No, she's two hands, and she's like, I did it!
Taylor, oh my god, you made it! Allie, where's the sweatshirt?
Over the summer, I pitched to brands, businesses, and even agencies, as well as production companies, to hire me as a director. But I was met with 0 opportunities. I was deep in my depression and wanted to do something different. I used that opportunity to create Spec Project to showcase my ability as a director, to really showcase the emotional side of an athlete recovering from a major physical injury. We had 4 months of pre-production and a total of 4 production days. We filmed at 5 locations, whether that was a home, 2 gyms, a track and field, and also a neighborhood. We got all of those locations for free just through our ability to ask. This project really showed me the ability to practice my voice as a director. So what do you do when you have no opportunity? Well, for me, I was able to meet with my DP and we had coffee over a story idea. And then he told me that he knew of a collegiate athlete that jumps for the local university. And he told me about how she has overcome 2 major MCL injuries. From there, I was able to meet with the athlete and we were talking about the different aspects of her life and what she had to go through. And she shared something that was very interesting to me. To get to your big goals, you need to do the small things. And it clicked with me because that is so true. With whatever you do, you really need to take those small steps forward if you want to get to those big leaps in your journey. This project was a huge learning curve to me to even try to make those small steps forward. Whether it was in pre-production, production, or post-production, I really learned how to move my steps forward in making my dream happen of being a commercial director. What really guided me in this pre-production, way before we even started with a team, was I got my juices going when I forced myself to create a film treatment. What is a film treatment? Well, it's a series of slides telling your person that you're presenting to what this project is all about. From what the story is, what the main acts are, what is the visual approach, to the sound, to the look, and to the cinematography. You're basically defining everything that you can about a project before you even start. And so when you're pitching to clients, it's very critical that you share a deck that explains what your vision as a director is for the potential project. What I was learning this year was I wasn't casting vision well. I had this great opportunity to really hone in my voice as a director and how do I lead a team to get excited and inspired to really create something with me. So we started with the film treatment. We created a 10-deck slide and it got the talent really excited to see just the imagery and the approach that we were going to do. From there, I was able to create a storyboard that really explored the ideas of what our talent would really experience when she had those injuries. We created an advertisement that went beyond the brand, that showed that a brand understands the amounts of energy and time and also mental status that it takes to actually heal from a physical injury. We wanted to show that through all the ups and downs, that the bandage or the brace really is there for the athlete, and that in mind that this brand is here for all people who are going through some sort of physical injury. This project really showed me the value of relationships, from talent to crew to even locations. All of these relationships that we had, we were able to find. Whether that was gym locations for free or even a track and field, we were able to film at some amazing locations just through the power of asking. This project really taught me how to communicate my creative vision. What I'm able to really convey as a director that's so unique to me is I'm able to paint images with people. And so I'll send voice notes to my DP and to my team of what I really think. And so it goes like this. I imagine a scene where an athlete is walking through her hallway. She is wearing a hard brace as well as crutches, and she is stumbling because this is her first time just learning how to use the brace. You see the facial expressions of her as an athlete and as also a person relearning just these physical capabilities. All of these things as a commercial director or even someone who's casting a vision, what I learned is being able to communicate to your team the way that you see the world is very important, because just the way that someone else directs something may not be just the right style that you as a director. I think as filmmakers, it's so easy to be drawn into so many different areas when you're trying to direct a project. But when you're doing your project, you need to put those blinders on and really think about just the style and the look that you really want to convey. And you really need to hone and lock it in. Because if you're being pulled into so many directions and changing your mind, you're not guiding your team well. Have you ever heard of the word previs? Well, the word previs means the act of going and get test shots of actual locations that you want to shoot at. For our commercial, we shot at several locations and we actually went to the different areas that we were shooting at. What we really wanted to notice was how does our camera interact with our environment. From there, my DP was able to create a lighting plan based on our test shots, because it's so important to know what exactly the camera sees before you even shoot. So at these specific locations, what I noticed was when we were doing our test shots at our home, it's very dark. And so going from different rooms to rooms, we wanted to see how the camera interacted with the different shadows and how do we actually increase the levels of the rooms. When we visited the gym, we actually went through the different areas and noticed where would we be able to pull power from? What are the different lighting sources that we can't control, such as the windows? We had to figure out, do we cover the windows or do we just ignore it and shoot opposite from the windows? Going to all of these locations with an actual camera allowed us to get valuable information of how exactly our camera interacts with the different environments. When you're able to see all of these things, you become more well prepared for your shoot, and it saves time and even money. This project really showed me that every little thing you actually do really matters, because from the relationships to even just being able to create this project in the pre-production, it really showed me that if you want to get inspired and if you want to move forward in your career, there's moments in life where you just have to do all the small things to get to your big goal. Whether it's a physical injury or even becoming a director that is constantly looking at amazing work on social media and wondering how the heck will I get there, creating these small action steps of creating these projects to get your juices flowing, to get your voice actually being heard and learning how to guide your team well is just so invaluable as a director and as a filmmaker. I got the taste of being able to guide a team well and to learn my voice as a creative, to show that I can guide a team and to be able to get some type of look. It requires me to practice how I use my words, how I paint images, and how do I also inspire a team. As a leader, I learned all those invaluable leadership skills through these different moments. Whether that was in the pre-production, working with my DP closely on just like the images and the tone, to actually working with my talent on conveying an emotion during a specific scene. I've learned so many invaluable lessons from an opportunity where I was getting zero work. I took that time to really practice the way that I see the world as well as how I direct people and also guide them to a creative vision that I've been thinking about. I hope this inspires you to create something, to practice, and when there's no work coming in, that it might be an amazing opportunity to just practice and create something really amazing.